Let me see what's going on today at the Red Eye Loft. Well, folks, today's Tippler Talk Tuesday. We're going on episode, I believe it's 23. I apologize for last week's episode, 22. I will upload that video. I was currently in Fort Lauderdale Beach, enjoying myself on that Tuesday. And I made a video out there on common pigeons, strays, clinkers, park rats, whatever you call it. I just find it fascinating how those rock doves hang in there with society and they live alongside of society on their own, survivalists, fending for themselves, looking for food, water, and trying to stay in the realm of human beings and not flying somewhere else to be somewhere secluded along the mountainside like they used to be, called the rock dove. Well, you'll see that video here shortly. If you haven't seen it, you'll see it. But today I want to talk about water treatments. On a hot day like today in Florida, it gets so hot out here that I tend to wonder how much bacteria is growing in the water feeders. As I leave the fresh gallon of water, 2 gallons, 3 gallons, whatever it is, in the loft over a period of 24 hours, it may start out nice and cool in the morning, but as it warms up, as the temperatures ramp up, you know it's starting to build bacteria in that water because the water is stagnant. It's still in the drinker. It's not moving, not being aerated, and it just sits there. So all it does, it has time to form bacteria. It could be bacteria from maybe feces, the pigeon droppings that fall inside the water. It could be pigeon dust in the air that falls in the drinker. And anything, bugs can get in there. I've seen the Cuban frogs that are here in Florida. They like moist, wet areas. They hide during the day and they come out at night. They seek water containers. They seek standing water. I've seen them in my pool. I've seen them in my planters. They hold water. So anytime you have water, especially here in Florida, it may be different in other places, but here in Florida, it's very difficult to keep clean water bacteria free because of the heat and everything else I just mentioned. So for that, I tried these two products, and I'll alternate. This one here is a pH control, germ-free drinking water. So you put this, it aids the water in staying clean for 24 hours. After 24 hours, I dump it out and put some fresh water with new solution. We'll talk about this here in a minute. I've always heard of this product here. I'm sure other guys out there have used it. This stuff right here, I've seen it. I've heard guys use it. I've never personally used it until recently. I just bought it. And I think this kind of works the same way with this, but I'll read something here in the back for you. It says here that for directions for drinking water, you should use 1 tablespoon per gallon of drinking water daily for protection against bacteria and viruses. This dosage can also be used as a spray or dipping solution. You can dip a bird in this stuff. Imagine that. You can spray this stuff on the perches. Imagine that. You can spray it in the feeders. It helps the birds out. Any little thing you can do to help your bird maintain good health in the loft is a good thing. Now, I've purchased over the years many products. There's some products I believe in. There's some that I wouldn't buy again. But this right here, I just started giving it to the birds this past week just to see, how they react to it. I see as far as a change in droppings look good. They've always looked good, but they look good. And just a peace of mind that if a bird happens to go by the water drinker, you know how sometimes a bird will back up and poop? Sometimes the bird, when it releases that dropping, it ends up in the water container. And that could be a problem. If you don't catch it in time and that dropping sits in that water all day long, and you go to change it later on that evening or in the morning the next day, and you find that dropping, that's a problem. We don't want that. So at least this will aid in killing any bacteria in that water if that were to occur. If that happens, you got protection right here. And that's what I'm talking about. Just taking care of your birds in a different way with the water supplement. This also can be used straight out of the bottle on abrasions, on insect stings. It could be used to disinfect the lofts, the feeders, the drinkers. You can use this for multiple animals here. It says here pigeons, dogs, horses, chickens, turkeys, and caged birds. This is some good stuff. Very good stuff. So what I've been doing is I've been putting this in the water. I put the dosage for a gallon of water will be 1 tablespoon per gallon of water, and I leave it in there. Now, you can see the difference after 24 hours. The solution may start out blue in the water. By the next day, it turns yellow, which I think that indicates that the solution is probably no good anymore, or it's used up its potency. It also could be because I use tap water, it has chlorine in it. Maybe that affects it. I don't know. So if you're out there watching my video and you guys have used this, let me know what you think. Tell me what your experience is like using this. Does it change from blue to yellow the next day after 24 hours? If it does, let me know. If you use tap water like I do, if you use bottled water, if you use filtered water, or even sulfur water, which is, spring water. Here in Florida, we have a lot of well water is what they call it. But the well water has a lot of iron in it and sulfur, and it smells, so I don't use it for my birds. Now, if I had a filter system, maybe I'd be better off using that water than the regular tap water. Tap water has a lot of chlorine, which diminishes the substance that you put in the water with it. So there it is, folks, on this Tippler Talk Tuesday. What do you put in your water during hot, extreme weather like today here in Florida? It's about 90, 92, feels like 97 out here. It's probably getting hotter in July, hotter in August. Our worst months start to come, and this is the reason why I use these items right here. And I've used this stuff. This stuff here is very strong. This stuff right here, I tell you what, to me, this stuff right here is a lot stronger than this stuff. Not only it smells bad, has a very strong odor, but if you get this on your hands, it can burn your hands. If you get it in your eyes, it can burn your eyes. And it tells you here, for general safety instructions, only use in diluted form, meaning you put this straight into a bottle and feed it to the birds, you're gonna have a problem. First of all, they already know what it is, some type of foreign chemical they don't want. So it'd be hard pressed to get them to drink it the first time. I know it took me a little while. I have to pull the water all day, put this diluted in a bottle in the feeder, and feed it to them, and they'll drink it. Let me tell you, it stinks. Oof. But it works. And this has a measuring container here, and you read in the back how much you put in a gallon of water or a liter, and you follow the instructions. But I like to use a spoon. Spoons, one shot, consistent all the time. Here I have a little problem sometimes squeezing the amount in there and not getting it quite just right. So folks, for this week's Tippler Talk Tuesday, what do you put in your water during these hot months in the summer? If you live in an area where it's not needed, well, but I think every little bit helps. So remember, folks, till next time, like always, please like, share, and subscribe. Peace.